This is Mystic Takeaway, dishing up extraordinary real-life stories to inspire wonder and nourish the soul. I'm your host, Elisa Graff. Today's episode features Carol Miranda, a 3-time breast cancer survivor who experienced a remarkable healing by an unseen visitor in her home. Good to have you with us. I'd like to give a warm welcome to Carol Miranda, who's also my mother. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Mom.
My name is Carol Miranda, and I am a 3-time cancer survivor. Once in 1984, and then again in 1999, and again in 2002. I have 4 beautiful, amazing daughters. 3 live in California, and 1 in Europe. They're all grown up now, and they have babes of their own. I have 9 grandchildren, and they give me very much joy, and it's so interesting to watch them grow and do all kinds of wonderful things. I've been married for 30 years. My husband is a very good golfer, and we live right on a golf course. I especially love being home and watching him come down the fairway. He plays golf about 4 times a week, and we live here among the wildlife, and they are all around us all the time. There's deer and geese and everything else.
Turkeys, raccoons. You've got,
Yeah.
I've seen, I remember actually, maybe I saw a raccoon on your back porch once, which kind of shocked me a little bit, even though I know raccoons are everywhere. I've seen lots of deer at your place and lots of geese at your place, which is kind of crazy too when you think about it, because the geese are on the fairway all the time.
Yeah, the geese get in the way sometimes. They are on the streets and you have to stop your car. Our speed limit is only 15, 20 miles an hour. You have to always be sure there's no deer coming across or anything. I love watching the birds. We have a lot of different birds. Crane. We have owls. We have big giant
birds of prey like falcons or hawks.
Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
We have big giant hawks that you can see up in the trees as you walk the different paths. We have a doggy path that even Charlotte, my granddaughter, took pictures of the hawk.
Nice.
So anyway, it's lovely to live here. And I like being at home. The best seat in the house, because I could sit by the window and just watch everything go by. It's always moving. You know, we got people playing golf. They're moving. We've got geese, and we've got all kinds of other things that are constantly there in my windows. I love cooking. Being so creative, cooking is one of the things I really like. I like to do my gardening. My husband and I have traveled many different places, countries. I'm an expert flower arranging person.
Even in Japan long ago, you studied.
Yes, I studied in Japan and became a master in the Ikenobo school.
Yes.
I enjoy sewing. I enjoy anything that I can do with my hand.
Yep, just like Grandma Kitty.
Yeah, I even learned how to crochet from her.
Yeah.
I also am an author and have published a book that my sister and I did together about goddesses, and it's called Stone Age Divas.
I was hoping you would share with us this amazing story today of this healing that you experienced in your home.
Yeah. That was some kind of miracle that took place. It was 1999, and sometime in the afternoon I was alone tidying up my house because I was informed that I would be hired as an employee at an international company in Silicon Valley, and I knew that I would be a very busy person, getting to work, leaving the home very early, 6:30 a.m., and my workday would have lots of overtime, and I didn't know how I was going to manage it all, but I was trying to do things. I was in a very happy mood, but all of a sudden, I got the feeling that I just couldn't even stand on my feet. I was so tired. that I wasn't sure I would even make it to the bedroom to lay down. And it just seemed so strange to me because one minute I was happy and doing things, and the next minute I was extremely tired. So I went to my bedroom and I laid on the bed and I looked at the clock and it was exactly 3 p.m. I no sooner got on the bed when I felt a hand on my shoulder. I was panicked and felt strange because I could not move.
You went to your bedroom to lie down and you closed your eyes. And the moment you closed your eyes, you felt a hand on your shoulder.
Yep,
And you couldn't open your eyes and you couldn't
could
speak.
not speak and I could not turn my head. I could not move my body.
Yeah. So you weren't feeling totally calm about the situation.
No, not at all, especially because I couldn't talk and I
So
didn't know who had a hand on my shoulder. I thought, well, maybe I'm dreaming. But just then, I felt a wonderful feeling that was going through my body, from my head down to my toes. And it was so magnificent. And it enveloped every part of my being and my spirit and my body. It was the most glorious, awesome, beautiful, magical feeling that I could ever have imagined.
so you felt something was going on.
Right. And
Amazing bliss.
I couldn't even think of anything else except this feeling of being loved beyond description. I was feeling so blissful and I didn't know where it was coming from. I couldn't turn my head to see anything and my eyes were closed and would not open. I was in this fantastic feeling that I had never felt in my whole life. And it was as if something was reading my mind. So in my mind, I said, "Who are you?" But there was no answer. I could not speak. So in my mind, I just kept saying, "Who are you?"
You felt that somebody was there. You were sure that somebody was
I
there.
was just
Something.
sure there was a presence that was unlike having somebody else in the room. And I could hear a swish sound as if somebody was walking or coming close to me. But
Inside
nobody
you.
was home. I
Press
could
wasn't
hear a
done.
sound of the recliner. I
Room.
felt that it was my daughter visiting me. It was right outside the bedroom, right outside the door.
You had it in your mind that somebody, that she was there, somebody was there, even though it didn't make any sense.
Right. And it made me feel more comfortable.
Okay.
So I wasn't panicked anymore. This feeling was enveloping me so much with bliss. And I felt so loved. And I thought maybe I had died.
Okay.
So I asked again in my mind, did I die? There was no answer. I really thought that I was in heaven and the bliss and this enormous feeling I had being loved was nothing like being on this earth. But I wished with all my heart that everyone in the world could feel this at some time in their life.
Yeah.
That's how magnificent it was.
Yeah.
And I wanted to dwell in that feeling forever.
Did it feel like it was going on for a long time?
Yeah, it felt to me like it was a long time. There was so much joy and love, and there was nothing I could do. And I didn't want it to end. I could not call out. I was mesmerized into this grand feeling, and I just wanted to live in it, go deeper and deeper into it. And I thought, you must be God, because there is nothing like this on earth. I wanted to cherish this feeling all through my body and bathe in it forever. I kept asking, "Who are you?" Because I really felt a presence in the room. And it was a major presence. It wasn't like somebody was just standing there next to my bed. And then finally an answer came to me telepathically and in a man's voice. And it said, "I am who I am." Finally, there was an answer.
Okay. Did that give you a sense of comfort?
Yes, it did, because being a Catholic, I am who am is a big thing that Christ said, I am who I am.
Okay.
So I could open up my eyes.
Yeah.
And I looked around the room and there was nobody there. I looked at the clock and noticed there was not 1 minute. There was no time whatsoever that had passed.
Okay. And it felt like it was like how long? It felt like 15
Oh,
minutes or something?
oh
Half an hour?
no, oh no, half hour at least or an hour,
Okay.
because, I felt glorious, but it wasn't the same bliss that I had felt before. I just felt renewed, like I had a good night's sleep, but no time had passed at all. So I was all mixed up and there was nobody in the room and this whole situation had transpired and I was lifted beyond belief and I could walk on air. Anytime I wanted to feel good again, I just went in my mind to that special time. And I just felt like I had walked on air for weeks after that. So very soon, I had another mammogram and they found some more nodes or tumors or whatever they called it. Usually it was a tumor. One was in my other breast. It wasn't in the same breast,
Okay.
which made it new and different. And the other node that they found was on my chest wall, which was very
Dangerous.
scary because if it went to my lungs, it would have been drastic. So they took the tumor out and found that it was malignant. It was a different malignancy type, but it was malignant. And it was so bad that I would have to go through chemo this time. But
But
the
there were
other
two.
one that was on my chest wall was benign.
And that the one that was really dangerous.
And that
So
was the one.
how could you have both a malignant and a benign tumor at the same time? You would expect it not to be that way.
Right.
So what did you think about when that happened?
Well, I was happy, of course. I related it back to that time, and I thought that maybe this was a special miracle that had occurred. From then on, I was never in fear. I always felt I was going to lick this thing, and there was no problem at all. I was going to handle it, get back to my life, and I had no fear.
Yeah.
I would just do goofy things like wear crazy socks to the doctor. And every time I would go in, we'd have a good laugh. He'd say, "What kind of socks do you have on this time?" Yeah, so I did start chemo right away.
Yeah. So I just wanted to come back to the fact that you've had breast cancer now the third time in the early 2000s, and you had to, at that point, do a double mastectomy and then chemo again, right? The second time. But just like it's so miraculous to have somebody go through 3 periods in their life pretty spread out, the fact that you got through all that and then you're still alive today.
Yes, in 2002, I had cancer again. And so I went through chemo a second time, lost my hair a second time. This time it came back curly, the way it always is. And I was happy about that. But, doing a lot of work with the blood draws and the biopsies, I had at least 8 or 10 biopsies in 1999 to 2003. And most of them came out benign. But then there was one that was extremely malignant, and that I had to take care of. So in 2003, I decided that I just had to have my breast taken off because I couldn't go through it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
The doctors were calling me a miracle or a Wonder Woman. and they were very used to seeing me. And it just came to my mind that I have to do something about this. And the only thing I could think of was having a total mastectomy, and then I would be free of it.
Yeah.
So I went in to the doctor and I told him that I wanted to go ahead with that. And that was a good thing.
Yeah, I remember that time, and you were quite the trooper. You really didn't seem to be worried about it at all. You weren't fearful. You just went in and took care of it.
Yeah, I just did it. you can imagine having your breast taken off is not an easy thing.
No, of course not. Of course
Because it
not.
has to do with your sexuality, your womanhood. I was afraid to have a reconstruction because they did try to do that for me. But the reconstruction could have the cancer underneath it.
Yeah.
And that would go to your chest wall. And it
And
was
you'd
just,
already been through enough.
yeah, I've been through enough. So
Yeah.
I went ahead and did that.
But that was a long time ago already. That was almost 20 years ago now.
I know, 20 years. They gave me 5 years. They said, if you can get through 5 years, you're going to be okay. It's been a long time since the first time that this happened. And during my very difficult times in 2000, I was told that if I survived for the next 5 years after all this, that I would be okay. And that was my time, 5 years. So I made sure that I packed everything in those 5 years that I wanted to do. And that was 20 years ago.
It's crazy. It's totally amazing. I mean, and I know you've told me before that your doctors call you a walking miracle. They just are always delighted that you have done so well, and they find it amazing, right?
Yes, they do. They call me a superwoman or Wonder Woman. That's it, Wonder Woman. Because after all, the chemo that I had was so intense that it destroyed my heart.
It damaged your heart, yeah.
And damaged it so badly that I suffered many, many difficulties through the years.
Yeah.
With heart failure.
Yeah, which makes it even more amazing that you're still alive.
Exactly. And the last time I went to see the doctor, he looked at my blood reads and they were all perfect. And he listened to my heart and he said, if I didn't know all that you've been through, I would say that you were a perfect specimen. You have no difficulties with your heart at all. It's like it never happened.
Wow. That's amazing. It's really amazing.
I mean, you can't get a better outlook than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome to hear.
Yeah. And now look at you. You're almost 80. It's 20 years later. It's amazing, Mom.
I know, but I always felt that I was being taken care of.
You were looked after by God or by the divine. Yes.
Yeah, I was blessed and nothing could harm me. I went through those 5 years without a scrape and then I was home free. You have God on your side. You don't know what your purpose is, but for some reason, he wants you alive.
Yeah.
And so I was dancing and kicking my heels.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'll find out and, be happy.
So when you look back to that time when you had this experience, do you ever think about who that person was that you felt in the room, the presence, what it was, who it was?
I really am pretty sure that it was Jesus.
Okay. And you felt that way. You had that intuition.
Yeah, I really did have that impression, especially as I think back on it. I just know that it was not like anything in this world. So.
Yeah. And you were raised Catholic. So you went through Catholic school and you were in Mass
12
every day.
years of Catholic schools.
Yeah.
And I just felt sure that Jesus was protecting me. Yeah. And look at how many times those biopsies came back benign.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no explanation for that.
It's really wonderful. Yeah. Well, I'm certainly glad you're still here, Mom.
Thank you so much. It's been my pleasure to have my beautiful girls, not only to comfort me, but during those times, but just to be on my side and and to know that everything was going to be okay. Yeah. And as you go through crisis in life, things can get very different and unusual and scary. But you just have to know that you are being taken care of. You have guidance.
Yeah.
Watching over you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was really a special story. I'm really happy that you were willing to talk about it.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it was quite a time, but I feel it was a miracle, definitely.
Definitely a miracle. You've been listening to Mystic Takeaway. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing.